All right. So I decided to build a working model of a chloroplast for my model. So I'm going to actually take you inside the chloroplast to show you what's going on. So initially I built some thylakoid membranes here, and I tried to put in some of the other details of the chloroplast, like the chloroplast DNA, and then some of the ribosomes, and some of the other features that you would typically see inside this organelle. And then I took a closer look inside one of the thylakoid membranes to try to depict the electron transport chain, which is the first step in photosynthesis. So initially what's going to happen is you're going to have a photon of light energy that's going to excite some electrons from water, which will give off oxygen as a byproduct. And that electron will take a path, kind of like this ribbon does, throughout the electron transport chain in the thylakoid membranes. That's going to induce a pumping of protons from the stroma down into the thylakoid lumen, and that's going to fill up with these protons, which are then going to want to come back out into the stroma. And as they do that, they pass through this really cool protein called ATP synthase. And every time the little daisy wheel turns, you start to make ATP, which is energy for the cell. That energy can go directly into the Calvin cycle, which is the second part of photosynthesis. This is going to happen in the stroma of the chloroplast. The Calvin cycle has 3 phases. The first phase is going to take a molecule called ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate, and it's going to become fixed to carbon dioxide. The second phase is going to start to reduce those molecules so that we can start to get back down to a lower level of carbons, and we're going to start to use up some of the other products of the light reaction. And eventually we're going to make one of these things, a G3P molecule. 2 of these will eventually get us one of these, a glucose, which can be used for other parts of the cell, making sugars, storing sugars. The last part of the phase takes us back through ribulose so that it can get reconstructed and used once again in the reaction. So those are the 2 parts of photosynthesis, all of which what happens in the chloroplast. And again, just another broad overview of that organelle.